because I think that you're wired to bring in some very high voltage, literally. And I think that, not to scare you, but it's like you need to remain grounded on Mother Earth, because you're meant to bring in some very high vibration. If you're not grounded, I think you're still pulling in all this electrical energy.
Good morning, it's Wednesday, and Sensei says psychic energies today are at an all-time high. Your intuitive mind is just looking for the right sign and a reason to hop. But Sensei says it's not the reason, it's whether or not you feel safe. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Wednesday Namaste today. Welcome to Namaste Today, a sunny way to start your day. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, Christopher Witecki. Namaste, my friend, and happy hump day. Well, today I think is a psychic day. It's a very spiritual day. It'll be an intuitive day, very quiet. It's time to listen to those little guides inside yourself, and I believe you're looking for an intuitive sign to go forward with some sort of mental plan. Gemini. But I argue it's really not the sign as much as whether or not you feel safe. So in today's Lightwalker newscast, we're going to talk about how to feel safe. But first, let's take a look at the zodiac weather. This zodiac weather is for Wednesday, June 15th, 2016. Bless you, Bella. She's sneezing today. Looking at the 5-day moodcast, well, tomorrow is going to be the decisive day, the day you have to decide. Friday is action day, and Saturday, Sunday is manifestation. But today, it's partly cloudy and spiritual. We are all introverted today. We're basically trying to get God's sign-off. Now, the Great Human Walk has reached step 25, Gemini. That's the highest degree of spirituality in any sign. Our ruling channel, therefore, is channel 7, and the ruling planet today is Neptune. Now, looking at our emotional focus, today we'll be defensive and on guard. That's because the moon is in chapter 1 or act 1 of Scorpio. And our mental focus is that we are ready to jump to quantum truths. That's because Mercury is at the unstable step 4 of Gemini. So we're just on the slippery edge. And that leads us precisely to today's Lightwalker Newsflash. Today's Newsflash comes in the form of a question. What are you open to acting on right now? And I say that because of the whole orchestra of what's going on. Our minds, Sun and Gemini, are really ready to surrender to a big picture idea you have about something. It could be a business, a child, a plan for college, a plan to leave, a plan to retire. I mean, all of us are planning something right now. Mars is still retrograde, so this is just planning, but this is a very, very important little nugget to take away. Are you open to doing it today? All right? A lot of people plan the future, but I think it's important in this one case to be really clear about what you would do today. Are you open to acting right now? And I say that because whatever you could do today is likely the easy path and the correct path. And a lot of times our egos and our minds tend to say, oh, it has to be this. And when we ask ourselves, well, can we do that today? The answer is no. And if the answer is no, then you're living in the future or you're living in the old ego. So could you do it today? Could you pull it off today? Because we're building a new ego, it has to be one step at a time, and you have to be open to taking the step now. Now, that said, Mars is retrograde technically until June 29th. So even though I'm asking you to judge if you can take the step now, I don't believe you need to. All right? So it's a little tricky, and that's why I'm here to help you along the way. So without further ado, let's channel your megascope for you. I take 3 breaths, one to clear each state of awareness or through each dimension. And then I channel what my guides say about the day and also what I know about the planet. So I welcome you to join me and clear also, do a little spiritual calisthenic, and take 3 breaths. It's a windy day here in Costa Mesa, but I love it. Okay. I really want like 9 breaths, to be honest with you. But it's just the shifting of gears there. Well, my friend, today Spirit is very clear, really. And really, I did open it well. Spirit was kind of patting me on the back there for setting up correctly, because today with the moon in early Scorpio, you might feel super defensive and edgy and just wanting to bite someone's head off. Try not to take it that way. Try to look at it for what it is, which is that it's time to determine new comfort zones, what you're comfortable with, and most importantly, it's really time to feel out if you feel safe moving forward right now. Okay? If you don't feel safe moving forward with a certain plan right now, then you actually have till July to lay down the emotional foundation. If you do feel safe, then Sensei says continue planning forward then. If you feel safe moving forward immediately, and maybe you're waiting for someone, or maybe you're waiting for Mars direct, or maybe you're waiting to hear back. I mean, I think everyone will be forced to wait, but I still think because we're planning, we need to be conscious of, would we act now if we could? Okay? So in the next 2 weeks, my friend, you really are going to begin to step by step, day by day, take baby steps towards whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Okay? And the truth is we want to take this slowly, because we want to not rush, not build this new ego beyond our means, and not overthrow our balance. So it's super important that you feel through where you feel vulnerable, you feel where it's too much, and you drop a boundary. You go, no, I can't do this. It's just going to have to start here, start there. And so this vulnerability, this edginess is really for you to feel out where you're comfortable with right now, and we're going to build from there. Okay? So I want to, anything else? Yes, Spirit did want to say one thing. It was nagging me. And that is that you want to build a peaceful life right now. All right? And even my old, when I say that, my ego's like, that's boring. But that's my old ego that's dying that says that. The new ego needs to have peace, and I'll tell you why. You want to build a peaceful life for yourself, and a stable, peaceful life in these next 3 months. Because I think, as you can see, the world is heading towards testing that peace. So take this time to build a reality of peace, and that's from Jupiter at step 15. So here are your 3 steps for the day. Step number 1, protect your vulnerabilities. So know where the baby is sensitive and plan ahead to avoid feeling icky. Step 2, ask yourself, can I act on this now? So if you had a contract, or you had something you're going to buy, or you had something, ask yourself, can I do this right now? Am I up to it? Am I open to it right now? If that's the case, you're on the right path. If it's not the case, you should maybe wait. And step 3, ask your intuition for warnings today. Today is a psychic day, an intuitive day. If something feels wrong, there's a reason. Okay, for those who are watched over my personal Sensei service, today in your Daily Zen, we're going to talk about sorting through psychic feelings. I'm going to give you some tips on how do you figure out what's right, what's your imagination, whatever. I'm going to give you some tips on that I've learned, and how to check in with things. And then today for your eye candy, I'm going to remind you where you're trying to manifest peace in your life. So that peace foundation I just talked about, I'll talk about where in your life you definitely need to lay it. And it's going to be, I'm talking about your A story. And for everyone else, the Serious Joy subscribers, if you join Serious Joy for just $1.99, you have access to monthly videos. You now also get discounted readings the entire month, so it's nothing but pro benefit to be part of the family. If you want to know more, come on down to seriousjoy.me. And do remember out there while you're spiritual inside your heart that I love you too. And I'll see you in 24 hours. Until next time, live, love, be.
Why does every guy cheat on you?
Trust me, I know.
How come girls always call you their friend?
I can tell you.
We'll talk about your strengths, and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com.